Hi there. We're glad you could join us today. I'm Michelle.
I'm Jim, and
We're
we are
A Teague of Your Own. Welcome to another Motivational Monday.
Let's get motivated.
Woohoo! Hooray!
Yeah, got the dueling woohoos there now, so that's much better. Last week it was just me, and woohooing by yourself is not nearly as much fun.
Sure.
It's always good to woohoo in groups.
Or pairs, as the case may be.
Pairs. Groups are even better.
Yeah.
So it's nice when we have guests and they woohoo too.
That's true.
So
we need to get some guests.
Yes.
If you're interested in being on the show, let us know. We can bring you on.
All right, what are we talking about?
We're talking about delegation.
Delegation.
And the reason why we're talking about delegation is twofold.
Okay.
First, there is a webinar we are hosting today on Delegating with Ease.
Cool.
Yes, that's at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time. So you've got a little over an hour before it begins. You still have time to register. You can find that on Facebook, on LinkedIn. You can go to our website, which is
fatigueofyourown.com.
and you can register there. It's free. You do have to register, though, to get the Zoom link. So go do that. But we're talking about delegation because A, we've got the webinar, and B, there's a lot of people out there who don't delegate.
That is correct.
And we want to talk about the reasons why people don't delegate.
Well, I can tell you exactly why. One of the big reasons, and I heard it last week. I was doing a training, and somebody was talking about, when they're delegating, when they're telling somebody on their team that they need to go do something, they get frustrated because these team members will ask them questions and why and what am I doing? To the point where they finally get fed up and they say, I'll just do it myself, which is what the team member wants, is for the supervisor, just go do it. And so, and plus it also, I think it stems from a mindset, really from my generation, for sure. I'm talking a lot about generations these days. From my generation, for sure. I hear this all the time. What do they say? If you want something done right,
do it yourself.
Oh my goodness. That's not always true.
No.
That's not always true.
Believe it or not, there could be a better way.
Yeah, there generally is.
A more efficient way to do it than the way that you're currently doing. I know we all think that we do it the best way, but sometimes, maybe, just maybe, there's another way to do it better. And other people could have that particular way to do it.
Yes.
So the one thing that I hear when it comes to why people don't want to delegate is they don't want to lose control.
Right. That's part of it. Yes.
They don't want to give up control. Now, these are the exact same people who complain that they have too much to do.
And not enough time.
And never enough time.
Never enough time. Yeah.
So the two kind of go hand in hand.
Yes, they do.
If you want to free up some of your time, if you want to make time available for you to be able to focus on what you and you alone can truly do, then guess what you need to do?
Delegate.
Yes. One of the topics that we talk about is the secret to having it all.
Yes.
And delegation is indeed the secret to having it all.
That is the secret to having it all.
You can have it all, you just can't do it all.
Yeah.
And because of that, that means you have to delegate. And so there's a lot of people out there who just don't want to.
No.
They just, for some of them, they think they don't have the time to teach somebody how to do it so that they can delegate that task to somebody else.
Well, in that case, hire somebody who already knows how to do that. So, for example, one of the things that was out of necessity last year, we had to have a lawn service start mowing our grass because I couldn't. I had had surgery on my right shoulder and I was not permitted to do any, and I didn't want to because I didn't want to take a risk that I was going to tear this back up. It was painful enough the first time. I don't want to do it again.
And you didn't like how I cut the grass?
No, I don't. I didn't like how you cut the grass. It was worse than mine. I can't say that I was very good at it to begin with. And it's time consuming, very time consuming, energy draining, and it is a non-earning task.
Yes.
I mean, it's something that has to be done. I understand. Otherwise the neighbors will start, knocking on your door saying, hey, cut your grass. So we hired a company to cut the grass and they do it faster. they do it better. And with the time that it frees up for me, I can make more money going and doing training than I can going out there cutting my own grass. And it's like they show up and it's not even 30 minutes.
No.
Not even 30, maybe 20 minutes. Boom, they're done.
Yeah.
And it looks great. It looks far better than I could ever do it. Why? Because they're professionals. This is what they do for a living.
Yeah.
And, that's a good thing. Let other people, pay them to do those tasks. Because again, what I have to pay them per hour is far less than what I make per hour doing what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense for me to go out there and waste my time. And I know some people say, oh, well, that's something you can do on the weekends. I have better things to do with my time on the weekends too. We seem to be busy even on the weekends these days with several. It is crazy what's happening. It's good crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We like it. But, at the same time, this is how you can free yourself to do those activities that are going to take you to where you want to be.
Yep.
Cutting your grass, filing papers, making copies, whatever
People
it is.
Still make copies?
Yeah, they do.
Wow. So you're right. And sometimes you just pay somebody else to do it for you. Sometimes you do end up training somebody though to do it. And one of the examples I like to give is doing dishes. When your kids are little, when your kids are small, one of the things that they need to learn to do are chores around the house.
Yes.
And one of the first things that people will teach them is dishes. Because for parents, it's time consuming to do dishes, to load up the dishwasher, to unload the dishwasher, all that fun stuff. That can be time consuming. So when they have children, for some of you, that's the only reason why you have children is to get stuff done around the house. Take the trash out, get the dishes done, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. I always figured you'd have a whole lot less to do if you didn't have the children to begin with. That was my observation.
Think about how many chores you had to do when you were growing up.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. As an only child, I got to do lots of them. So I can tell you my parents delegated well when I was growing up. And so can everybody else. The first thing you have to do, though, is teach them how to do it.
Right.
And it's the same with your professional life. If you are in a work environment and you have too much on your plate and you're thinking, man, I would love to just delegate this out, but it's going to take me too long to teach somebody how to do it. Guess what? The sooner you teach them how to do it, the sooner you don't have to do it, and the sooner you can move on to something else. And it's as simple as they sit next to you and they watch you do it the first time. Then they sit next to you and they start to do it, and you're watching them. And then they go do it, and now you don't have to do it.
Right.
So keep that in mind. The time that you invest in training somebody how to do some of those tasks will be well worth it, because once it's removed from your list of things to do and from your time calendar, then it's on somebody else's and it frees you up to do other things.
Right. And it could be just finding more efficient ways to do things. Like these days, some of the stuff that we don't think about as being time consuming, things like dropping off your laundry. Mm-hmm. There's laundry services now. They'll come pick it up and then they'll bring it back to you. It's amazing.
Think about grocery shopping. Literally, you go online, you either tell, the local grocery store, like here, you can tell Giant Eagle to do it for you. You could tell Walmart. You could go online and it's an Instacart.
Instacart. You can do any store.
And
Instacart.
They'll do it all for you and bring it to you.
Yep.
So there are some things that you literally can get somebody else to do for you.
When you see the people in the Walmart pushing those big carts around, they're getting all the stuff because they're filling somebody's order, and then they're going to have somebody drive your order to your house and drop it off. So it's kind of like, with the food delivery, the fast food delivery, pizza delivery, all that kind of stuff.
DoorDash, yeah.
Same thing. You can have all of this stuff brought to you, and that saves you a ton of time.
Yes,
so you can focus on what it is you really need to be working on. So, that's the beauty of what's going on now. And you can hire virtual assistants.
Yes.
I mean, it's just amazing what you can do. And the beauty of it, at least in my view, because this is one of the things that we've talked about, is you don't actually have to hire a full-time employee to do stuff. Okay? You can contract and have people do these things. Mm-hmm. And he'll say, I mean, we were watching presentation with a young man who's part of National Speaker Association,
Mhm.
who he took a route where he has really, taken off with his speaking career, and he hired nothing but a bunch of virtual assistants.
He would be so happy to hear you call him young man.
Well, he's younger than me.
I know, but that's because you're old.
Oh, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. But yeah, he did. He hired several, and now I think they're all working for him full time.
Are they working for him full
I
time?
think they
Yeah,
are.
I mean, he may reach a point where he's ready to do that.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it is he also was able to really, work with this team. And if he hired them full time, it's because he knew that they could get the job done. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
But it freed him to be able to do what he does, which is go speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the virtual assistants business is just booming.
It's taken off. It's taken off.
There's a lot of people out there, and literally you can just hire them for 5 hours a week, or sometimes even less than that. You could do it for a total maybe 10 hours for the month. I mean, you've got some options out there when it comes to getting help.
And if you need very specific things done, you can always go to Fiverr.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What is available on Fiverr.
Yes,
so
sir.
that's another way to be able to get somebody to knock out some tasks for you that you would normally do, or you just do like we've done recently, where you hire somebody on a contract basis to complete something for you.
Something big.
Something that's going to be coming up. It's going to be in the offing, and it's going to be really awesome.
Yes. There'll be more. We'll be talking about that a lot in the future. So, yeah.
Hopefully that just whet everybody's appetite.
Yeah.
We got some big stuff coming up. Got some cool things working right now.
It'll be good.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right. So when it comes to delegating, like I said, you've got several options. One of the things that you can do is you can hire somebody. You can train somebody that's already working with you, or you can barter.
Yes, that's another way to do it.
Bartering is a great option for some of you who don't necessarily have the funds available to hire somebody to do something. All right. So now you find somebody who needs your products or services, and you exchange them for their products and services, and that can make a match there for you when it comes to being able to get things done and get things off your plate.
Yeah. So a lot of different ways to go.
Yeah. And for all of you parents out there who one of your tasks on your to-do list is running children here, there, and everywhere, start coming up with a group of other parents who have to do the same thing. And then, each week somebody does all the trips to practice or to the games or to whatever. So that way it frees you up to do other things while somebody else is running your children around.
A little bit of teamwork there. Yeah.
There are lots of ways. There are a lot of ways. Start brainstorming ideas of how you can delegate and get things off of your plate. Sometimes all it really takes is taking a look and seeing, is this a task that has been on my to-do list for months and I still haven't done it? If that's the case, do you necessarily still have to do it?
Yeah. Maybe it's not necessary.
There are different options when you look at your to-do list. You need to prioritize it.
Right.
You need to take a look at is it necessary? Is it urgent? Is this something that only you can do? Is this something that can wait? You've got a lot of different ways that you can prioritize what it is that needs to get done.
Right. And the key is you need to boil it down to, what are the revenue and profit generating activities that I need to do? Because that's where your focus needs to be.
Yeah.
And what are the things that they have to be done, but they don't really generate any revenue or profit for me? Those are the things that you can delegate, as long as they're not critical tasks. That's the key there. For critical tasks, you need to make sure you've got somebody who's really competent to do it, or you may end up having to do it yourself.
Because there are some things that you can't delegate.
That's exactly right.
I know when I worked in senior living as a business office director, I could not delegate out anything that had to do with depositing money, because I had to be in control of all the checks that came in. to our community. And, there's bank numbers there and, stuff like that. And when it comes to secure information, you can't necessarily share that with other people. For those of you who own a business and you're trying to hire somebody, or you have to fire somebody, or you have to do annual reviews for people on your team, those are things you can't delegate. Those are things that you personally need to do. But there's a whole lot of other things that you can delegate out. So,
and use technology. That's the other thing. I know with my teaching, I use a lot of technology now. All my homework, that's all done through technology. I don't grade it anymore. It's automatically done for me. Tests, I have that set up where it's all done through technology, can be monitored and proctored through that means. So no longer have to do paper and pencil tests, saving the planet. Hey, and it's just much easier, and students like it. I think most of them, and I love it. And it frees me up to do other things. So it's, use technology. The technology is there, and you can use those things to your advantage to help, basically put some of those activities on autopilot.
Yes.
And you don't have to worry about them. So use that combination, get to that point where you are focused on the things that you really need to be focused on, so you can make your business a success.
Yeah. One of my friends, I was just talking to her this morning, Tina Palmgren. She has a product called From Shoebox to Toolbox, where it automates all those receipts that you get and all those expenses and stuff that you incur over the course of doing your business. So if you're somebody, and she uses Excel a lot to automate things, so it can be done. It's just a matter of digging in and setting things up, and then once you do, you're done. That's the hard part, is getting things set up.
Yeah, and once you're there, you're there.
You're there. That's the good news.
All right. So I think this is a good place to stop.
I think so.
If they tune in, and we know you will, to the webinar, you get more.
Yes, you do.
We'll talk about this some more.
Yes. So our webinar starts today at 12:15, which is a little less than an hour. You can register. You'll find the link to register on Facebook, on LinkedIn, or you can go to our website, which is
teagueofyourown.com.
teagueofyourown.com is correct. Go there, go to the events page, and you will find all the upcoming webinars that you can register for. Also, if you need to get in contact with us, what's a good way for them to do that?
Email.
And that is?
info@teagueofyourown.com.
Correct. And if they wanted to give us a call, how could they do that?
They can call our business phone. It's 412-420-7975.
There you go. All right. And let us know how we can help you.
Yes, we are here to serve.
Yes, we are. All right, everybody. We will see you next week.
Yes.
For another exciting episode of Motivational Monday.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.